qualifiers will be announced on Sunday, October 24th, and the state championship games will be played at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, December 2nd through the 4th. For News Talk 1480 WHBC Sports and Canton's Morning News, I'm Kenny Rhoda.
This is your drive time traffic update on Canton's Morning News.
Well, it is a Friday morning, and that means it's time for our Orange Barrel update. And we have from ODOT, Justin Chesnick with us. By the way, you can always watch this on our WHBC video stream on our Facebook page live at 1480 WHBC and our YouTube channel. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, Pam. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Now, I'm thinking we're getting closer to September, which should mean things are calming down just a little bit. Is that going to happen?
Well, maybe a little bit, but we're kind of in the groove here. And September and October typically are decent months for us to get work done. So you probably still have two and a half months. We typically call the winter shutdown between December 1st and April 1st, basically. Those 4 months there, December, January, February, March is when we're typically not too active on construction. So believe it or not, we still got a few months worth of orange barrels out there. We do have a couple closures starting here in the next couple weeks. Actually, one starting next week is a pretty big one. It's a 60-day closure over at State Route 619 and McComb Avenue over there at the Lexington Township and Marlboro Township line there. We're putting a roundabout in at that intersection. We've had some crashes there in the past, some pretty severe angle crashes, actually. So we're going to have a roundabout put in there. We're going to have a closure for 60 days starting next Wednesday. The main detour for that for 619 is going to be State Route 44 to State Route 173 over to State Route 183.
Wow. So, and we know that there's still the work happening to the north of us up in that area. And, that has proved to still be a little confusing for folks traveling in that area.
Well, there's a lot going on. Thankfully, we're not seeing the traffic backups that we saw the first phase we're doing. We still have some congestion in the area, still relatively new zone. So it takes about a week to 2 weeks for folks to get used to it and find their ways around. But yeah, as a reminder there, that section of I-77 northbound and southbound at the Kenmore Leg is closed through late October. So if you're coming from the Canton area and heading up to Cleveland, or vice versa, you're coming from Cleveland and headed down to Canton, you're going to want to use the Kenmore Leg. You're going to want to also use Interstate 277 eastbound and westbound there. That's our detour. It actually works pretty well and flows fairly well there. During those peak times, AM and PM rush hour, we'll have a little bit of traffic congestion. But all in all, those areas are, flowing a little bit better than they did the first time we had to.
Well, I know you wish that the weather were a little cooler, so I'll talk to Mother Nature and see what I can do, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Justin. We'll talk next week.
We'll talk to you soon.
Canton's severe weather station. Stick with us. Now, the 1480 WHBC Accuweather forecast.
All right. As far as Accuweather goes, Justin's right. It is very hot, and it's going to stay hot. We have that for the entire weekend. Very warm and humid today with a thunderstorm this afternoon, a high around 88. Tonight, mostly cloudy and warm with a thunderstorm possible. The overnight low 73. And then tomorrow, clouds, a thunderstorm, warm and humid, and a high around 90. Same thing for Sunday and a high around 90. Right now, we have 70 degrees on your severe weather station, 1480 WHBC.
Your world in 1 minute.
Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Reaction coming in from all corners on the deadly terror attack at the Kabul airport in Afghanistan yesterday. Governor Mike DeWine says we owe a lot to those who have served in that country the past 20 years.
The Maroon 5 concert at Blossom last night was the first of its kind, the first in Northeast Ohio that required concertgoers to provide proof of vaccination or proof of a negative COVID test taken in the last 48 hours. Blossom will require that for all concerts.
Flags on public buildings and grounds in Ohio will fly at half staff until Monday evening, honoring those military members killed in the suicide bombing mission yesterday.
A bar owner from Ohio and her fellow Oath Keepers are now named in a lawsuit filed by 7 U.S. Capitol police officers. They're accused of heeding the call from former President Donald Trump and rioting on January 6th. Jessica Watkins of Champaign County listed as a defendant in the case, along with a dozen others that include Trump and his ally, Roger Stone.
A man and woman are dead in a motorcycle car pickup truck accident along Apple Grove Street Northeast in Plain Township yesterday. That's 27 traffic fatalities for the county this year.
The Cleveland Browns play their final preseason game on Sunday night at 8 o'clock against Atlanta.
The Canton Fire Department will lead the way again in the 9/11 Memorial Climb at the McKinley Monument on September 11th as they try to replicate what the FDNY did at Ground Zero back in 2001.
The Cleveland Indians beat the Texas Rangers 10-6 last night. They host the Red Sox tonight.
There were nearly 5,400 new cases of coronavirus reported in the state yesterday, 147 cases out of Stark County.
A youth baseball team from Southwest Ohio just 2 wins away from a world championship. Hamilton's Westside Little League All-Stars team defeated California 4-2 last night to win a spot in the semifinals of the Little League World Series. Hamilton will play South Dakota tomorrow afternoon on ABC. The winner plays Sunday in a championship game against either Hawaii or Michigan.
It was quite a week down in Columbus where the vaccination debate played out both inside and outside the State House. No further hearings are scheduled, though, on a bill that would prevent businesses and schools from enacting vaccination mandates.
Week 2 of high school football across Ohio, our All Care Stadium show and Sarshone Ford Radio Game of the Week is Perry hosting Akron East. The All Care TV Game of the Week is Central Catholic hosting Norwayne, and the WHBCSports.com Stream Game of the Week is Northwest at Marlington. Join the Hammersmith Insurance Scoreboard Show after the game for highlights and all the scores.
Your world in 1 minute.
Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook on News Talk 1480 WHBC.